Hey guys, it's PJ Legion. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing Planet Coaster. Let's get into it. Now I've been working on this part for a little while. And yeah. So you see some of the things I've built. Not put that down. It's going to be kind of loud. So yeah. I'm just done loading. You see the 3 roller coasters I've built so far. Okay, we'll actually start off with this one. This one is called, well, I haven't named it yet, but you know what I'm going to name it? I'm going to name it the Viper. I don't know why I just want to name it the Viper, I just did. But yeah, we're going to wait for the thing to be done, and these people are fast at moving. So we're going to see what they're seeing. Oh no, I don't want this person. I'll pick this person. No. Yes. The reason why is because they're in the very front, the very first seat. So actually, I could just, I could just actually go on the coaster itself and then go into seat and skip through it. Okay, there we go. What's the fun in showing you 3 roller coasters when there's a bunch of coasters? And I'll actually make one of these videos also. Alrighty. So, the stats for this coaster are, I just move this over here. When I figure out how to do, oh, can you move it? No, you can't. Oh. It's kind of bad. I can't really see what I'm doing behind me. That's probably gonna be a problem, but I mean, it seems I can't really show you guys, but that's okay. Because all I gotta do to look at it is probably be right here, right? No. It won't let me move this for some reason, which is kind of bad. But, so it launches at 96 miles per hour. It has a high speed of, it has an average speed of about 40 something miles per hour. It goes up and down 4 times, and yeah. So, the second one is right here, which there's no triggers for a sequence. Oh, there is. Right there. There's a trigger right here for no reason, apparently. It's kind of weird. No, don't close that. Just press down here. So, we'll see if this goes through. Oh, it's literally about to launch. Amazing. You guys can probably see it. If you can, then great. But on my screen, there's something blocking it in the way. So, that's the reason why I can't see it. Yeah, that was it. It was pretty short. Although it was pretty short, it was just because it's one of those coasters where it's like it goes up and down really quickly. Now, this coaster, this one I do like. I need to make sure I'm getting on the right one. Sure. I'll go on this one. Now, let me just skip through this. Okay, there we go. It's about to start. There we go. Now, I haven't actually been on this coaster yet, but some parts go really slow, I know that for a fact, so I'm just going to skip through some of them. Like that one's going to take like a million years to go through. And then you go down. Here, it's kind of like a boat roller coaster, but you know, it doesn't go upside down. That would be really cool if it did, but unfortunately it doesn't. And then you can see a really good cover there. I didn't skip that one because it was pretty close. And you see this really tall cliff. I mean, it's not extremely tall because both the other coasters are way taller than it. See, it's nowhere near that high. But it's high for this type of neighborhood, I guess. And it goes up. Going around, you know, it does a couple turns. I mean, this roller coaster isn't really that exciting, to be honest. I mean, unless if you're one of those people that doesn't ride roller coasters a lot, then you're probably thinking that the two other ones were crazy and this one is okay. And this is completely nothing, to be honest. Yeah, but after that, it basically goes really, really, really slowly here, where then it just goes really, really slowly into the switch, which is demons. And I didn't really add anything here since I started recording, so you know, I'm gonna exit to main menu. Okay. But I'll show you some of my other parks, and I'm gonna show you two other parks because these two other parks they have like literally the most parks. And through all my parks, there's just been a lot of parks. Like my first one is I Don't Know, which I know it's a weird name, but okay, now I'll show you how about four parks? Yeah, I'll show you four. I'll show you I Don't Know, AMJ, and this one. So first we're gonna do I Don't Know. I don't know why I call it I Don't Know. This is my first park, and I called it I Don't Know because I was kind of bored during the time. So I was like, no, I wanted to just get on with the game because it was my first park. So I was like, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna name it, and ever since I've been naming it a bunch of random letters like AMJ, which I basically just like either 3 or 1 letters, which if you see it, how it's lagging is because there's a lot of coasters. I mean like a lot. It takes up the whole entire perimeter of the... Oh, I thought there was a coaster down here. No, that's in my other park. Okay, we'll start from here and slowly make our way this way. So where's the closest one to the entrance? Well, this one is, but that one I want to go. I want this one to go first. So is there anybody in line for that? No. No, I'm just gonna put this thing in testing, and then we'll go on it. Like, I know what it is. It is, like, we don't need to test it, but I mean, I'm not about to wait like 3,000 years for a person to walk over here, because if you don't know, Sims take about, I mean, not Sims, the people in this game, the Planet Coaster, take about 2,000 years to walk to one place. I feel like even with it speeded up, they still walk like sloths. It's like they're purposely doing it too. But I mean, like, I know those are the game code, but I mean, like, me and my dad still walk faster than this. So this is a very small coaster, and it's very small. Actually, because earlier, and then there's something that I call a cutback. It's like half of a corkscrew, but then instead of going the full corkscrew, it's hard to explain. It's like you cut a corkscrew in half and then copy it. It's hard to explain what a cutback is because it's a thing. That's the best way I can explain a cutback. It's a thing that's magical. So I'm just gonna open that back up so you guys can get on it. Oh, this one is really good. I mean, good. It's called Gigabots, and the reason why I called it Gigabots is I don't know. I gotta wait for this to literally start. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to go up the Chandler's Bezel because it's pretty high. Here we go. The bad thing about it is that if you make it stop like normally where Chandler stop, it goes backwards for some reason. Which is kind of stupid if you guys are in real life. I mean, it probably would happen in real life, so you know. You want something that's fast. And that's the end of the roller coaster right there. Probably, you know, like hit your head on the top of that. That's basically the end. The only thing I would say is really smooth about this coaster is literally the part coming out, because I made that extra smooth. Any other part was pretty rough, if you're asking me. Oh, yeah, I totally got off track. This is the second one, which is going up the chain lift right now, which is really good, but this is actually the first one I made, so if you think that is really rough, then you know the reason why. And I basically just filled it with a bunch of upside down parts as much. And it was also one of my longest coasters, and that means that it's pretty realistic at the same time not making it too smooth, because it's very rough. That's not the rough part. That's first one. I already got to it. I knew that right away. I didn't think it's too rough, but that's it. And if you don't know what this is, it's called a wrap ring. And yeah, you know, like those coasters kind of get really close. And since this is the first coaster I made, it goes fast. And actually, I really made it a lot smoother than I thought it was gonna be. Like this is actually pretty smooth. And you see, you go over here once, go under that cube. That was uncomfortable looking. Like that part where it's just like kind of weird. And oh, I forgot to say the name of this. It's called Lambo, for like short for Lamborghini. And I forgot to say the name of this too. This one is Ocean. And the next one is over here called Copperhead Strike. The reason why it has no name is because I didn't know how to name it at first. I was struggling to know how to name it. But this is where I learned about triggers. What I mean by triggers is it was supposed to be kind of like a Sahara type of feel because of this. That fire rating. This one was I'm pretty sure, second one. Yeah, it was the second one. And it was also it's pretty kind of rough. And you literally have that move glitch. This one I didn't like that much because it was kind of forceful to me. It was forceful looking, and when you work on it, it was that part was okay. And Best Buy the shop, under the thing, it's extremely fast, especially on that second one, and that's it. So that's it for Copperhead Strike. And to be honest, I would have called it Sahara if I knew how to name it back then, but then I don't really want to name it right now. We'll do that like later. Yeah, I'm just watching it go on this. We'll get to that later. We'll get to this one later. Trust me, we will. But because that's kind of far away, so we'll go on. This one is called Fear. Again, nobody on it, so I'm just gonna put it into testing. And this coaster is it's decent fast. It's not too fast. It's like decent. I mean, it's not really that fast, to be honest. I don't know why I called it Fear. It's just because the colors of it were already like black and white, so I was like, you know, the name Fear would just be good for it. And also I was being really lazy and not trying to put a name for it. or I mean, no, not try to put colors, because it was kind of hard thinking of a name when we had individual colors like that. Yeah, that was it, and that was a pretty boring ride, if you ask me. The reason why I say we're not going on that yet is because there's different places we have to go before there. Like, we're going in an order. So the closest roller coaster that we haven't went on yet is this one right here, and then we'll go to this one, and then this one. I'm surprised that nobody's going on this. Literally, somebody just got off of it. I think. Oh, sometimes if you wait a little, the roller coaster will actually like go by itself. So I'm trying to wait for that, so I don't have to put it in testing. And it's taking a while for that to happen. Oh, somebody's already coming in. It doesn't matter. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pause it real quick so I can get on it and already. And now I'm going to speed it up again. Okay, now it's ready. Now I called it Shazam because, well, like, it's not because of the color scheme. I mean, it is because of the color scheme mainly, but like, there's nothing else besides the color scheme why I named it that. It's just like, I named it Shazam because it came to my mind and I was like, you know, Shazam would be a really good name for this. So I named it Shazam. And yeah, that's it. A lot of my coasters started getting shorter and shorter. Especially this one, which still has nobody in line for this, which is weird. Especially since it's really good stats. But yeah, this one is called Whip Splash, which if you don't know what Whip Splash is, it's a car in Fortnite, which is a really fast car. It's kind of like the Lamborghini of Fortnite, which is why I named it that, because it's really fast. I'm waiting for this to load. And this is done. When this is done. Okay, is it dang it? Man, this is taking a while. If you want to see that, I mean, I don't know why you would want to see it go really, 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 really slowly around that. But yeah, this is also a very fast one, which is not even open. Oh, I kind of forgot to open it, didn't I? This is one of the fastest though out of all of them. It's really fast. It's faster than most people expected because I made it really fast and it's extremely fast. I really hope it doesn't go off the track because I remember one time it accidentally did. And I wasn't trying to. Woo! Just barely. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Close. Yeah. Because I don't know why I closed it, but I did. Alright, and the closest roller coaster that is near us that we haven't ridden is obviously this, and then the last one is this in this park. Let me just skip this. at first I was trying to get 2 trains on it until I realized that's not how you do it. You're supposed to only have one, and plus even I think there is enough to have 2, but I have to go in the settings to do it anyway, which I didn't do, and I'm not going to do because I have to close it and then wait for people to literally go on it again, which I'm not going to do. And this is the last coaster in this park. Which, oh, okay, we already have a good line of people waiting to go on it, so that means I don't have to wait that long. Alrighty. The minute I see those that lap bar go down, that's when I know when to press O. Also, if you want to, that's how you like press O. That had very good, like theming. And I think no other places that had theming. That's the end of it. I know it was pretty fast, but at the time, it was a real pain trying to get this roller coaster to work. Because getting it over the hill, and then I had to make the loop-de-loop many different sizes, multiple times, because it wouldn't ever work. It was really annoying. That's pretty cool, to be honest, watching Gigabots go through that. Okay, so, oh yeah, I said I was going to go to another park. So, yeah, load park. Okay, so that's, I don't know. Okay, and then I said O, next. Load. Okay. I mean, it's not like I saved anything in it anyway, so. But, oh yeah, this is probably, and also guys, if you don't want to watch this full video, it's okay, because this video is probably going to be pretty long. Probably about 45 minutes long, if that. So, yeah, it's okay if you guys don't want to watch the full. Oh, okay, yes, this is the right one. I call this also a nickname of Crazy Park. It's one of the most craziest parks I've ever made in my life, and one of the only parks I made in my life. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say one and only, because I made a lot. So we'll start over here. From this one first. This coaster is one of the fastest coasters I've made. You know, so right before launch, I'm actually going to pause it. Okay, I'm going to pause it. Now, I'm going to show you something while it's paused. Usually, coasters that launch like have this type of launch, which is called a hydraulic launch, aren't supposed to go upside down in the game. It even says it in the coasters. Like, I'll literally show you the type of coaster this is. It is a Sprint 100, and it says cannot invert, which means it cannot go upside down. Then you might be asking yourself, well then, how does it go upside down like right here? And especially right here. Well, there's actually a setting for that in the game, where if you go into settings and go into game, you can go into disable track limits, and if you do that, if you press that and press apply and then press OK, then you will be able to invert almost every single coaster that was not able to invert. And really, how I know is because this is a regular wooden coaster. This is not a hybrid, meaning and this roller coaster inverts. I mean, where is it? Right here. Already the first one right here. That's the first drop, and it's one of the most forceful roller coasters, but I'm not showing you that yet. Now let's go back to this and start it. I know I had it's a very forceful roller coaster. It is the smoothest. When some moves. all you had to do to get two is simply clean out one, like two of the one and then in the customization, I mean operation, you just go to box section and then just, you know, do it. And you have to skip through this if you don't want it to take like a million years, because I placed the block section in a very how do I say this, in a very like not that good situation. Now it's a launch, you know, it doesn't launch that quick because, you know, you're betting in the coaster, but it still is forceful on that part. So, you know, this coaster is okay. I called it Formula Rosa, even though Formula Rosa isn't supposed to go upside down. But I mean, hey, you do it, you get what you get, and you don't catch a fit. Now, all the race car ones I named. Oh, hold on, let me pause this real quick. This, I will show you both of them, but this is a racing coaster. Now you're probably like, what? Wait, what's this track above the bottom? What's this track under that? Well, it's a racing coaster. So you guys race each other. You guys, you know, like you guys go, you're racing each other. Okay. So yeah, you go like. So you go here. I'll show you both of them. Then actually, and yeah. So I'll show you guys both of them right now. And yeah, so it's kind of quick. And you see that burning building? I made it like that. And let me tell you, when this launches, you'll see something off in the distance that I will show you also. And it goes. This is taking a while. Yeah, there we go. Let me just look over here. That was the first one. This one has more stuff though. So you just zoom through this. Now you see that door. You're probably like, oh, this is what happens to that door though. Well, here's the thing. Not really. When this thing starts, I will show you why I say not really. Okay. Well, thank you. So, this is why I say not really. But it's just jam-packed full of stuff. Like, let's analyze this better. So, you see that laser right there? That explodes right there. But that doesn't explode us. And you see this right here? And you see how when you look at it from here, as when you look at it from the side, when I figure this out, okay, it has laser eyes only triggered at a certain point, and basically it explodes right. There's something right here that explodes, and when you're in here, so you can see it. There's a barrel, and it explodes. And oh yeah, I didn't even show you the wooden coaster. I'm talking all about how good this wooden coaster is when I was saying it, and I'm like, I haven't even showed it. The thing about this wooden coaster is that it's very, very, very not like a wooden coaster usually. Okay. Actually, no, let's get through this. This is going to take a while. Yeah. Yeah. Insane coasters. And you start going into the second one. Now, you're probably like, what is the point of this? And just so you know, the point of that is to get, oh, never mind, I thought I added a second one. Well, I am going to add a second one, actually. Well, I mean, not right now, because it actually is really crowded with people, so. There we go. Man, so yeah, that was that one roller coaster, which is called the monster because not only does it mess up your frames really badly, it's also really, really big.
Oh, they whine.
Unbelievable.
They do whine a lot. Like I think we talked about that. Like they whine about other things too, and we're like, why is that a problem?
Okay, so we'll load this, and we'll load So we looked at that,
yeah,
and we'll look at. Actually, you know what? We'll do another. We'll do actually 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do so 4 more parks to go. So, but yeah. So, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far because this is a really long thing. It's probably going to be about an hour long, to be honest. And that's how. Now this is where I realized something even better. This is before I realized the track thing. But this is when I realized you can change the cars on the thing, and also there's a setting. There's a setting in the settings where that it lets you actually that lets you actually change most of the like things to more different ones, and it's really cool. So this is called Phantom 200 because it's 200. This right here is 200 feet tall, but you're probably like, that's pretty tall, which yeah, I guess it is. But there's actually a roller coaster in real life called Intimidator 305, which is 305 feet in the air. And it's not even the tallest roller coaster in the world. This is a pretty good coaster, and there's no other coaster in this one, which is why I'm going to show you more. So like, we'll do PJ Park for PJ Lee J. Actually, no, did I show you MJ already? Wait, did I show you MJ or was that? I don't
Even
know.
though it's going to be very hot tomorrow, I'm gonna go out to this farm because I'm looking for field peas, and it is very,
This is
very
really
difficult to find in the city.
hard to find
And
out. Hold on. So
I have like, even though I live in Tampa, I live really close to this little town
I'm
called
trying to
Paris,
think. Hold
and they
on. Let
have
me
their own little
just
like
go
message
into
board on
it
Facebook.
to make sure
So I
we've
put it
already
out there,
done
and I
it.
was like,
Like
does anybody know where I
with
can
me,
find field peas?
with
So
me
like,
finding
people
all of
responded and
these.
said, try this farm, try that farm. So I'm gonna try one tomorrow, and
With
then
me
there's like
finding
a
all of
really
these,
big
like
farmers
finding
market
all of
event going
these
on
is really hard.
Sunday. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go out there because there's gonna be a lot of vendors.
I probably did
So
already.
even if they don't have them there, maybe they
No, I
will
haven't
grow
showed you
like
guys this.
I'm
Oh, I haven't showed
obsessed.
you guys this yet.
I grew
Oh,
up eating these peas, and I have been craving them for weeks, and it's so hard to find them fresh. Like, you find them in the
okay.
can, it's
So
not the same. It is, oh
there's
my God, it's not the same. I have to get
there's
it
a bunch of okay. So you got
I'm
Thrill of
trying.
the Hill, which I already know you know.
I think so.
You have
I'll do the heat.
In Descent, which is a really
Yeah,
cool roller
exactly.
coaster,
I'll
which I'm
show
about to
you
show you
maybe like
first. I'm gonna
tomorrow
go
morning.
this way
So it'll be
instead
fine.
of the other way. Okay, I'm about to start actually.
Hey, oh, hey.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, but that's a really those are really cool. Like this is like really cool. Double launches, which is really and is high. It is really good. So yeah, and then oh, you already know Thrill of the Hills, so I'm gonna go into Tsunami, which Tsunami is a boomerang coaster. If you don't know what a boomerang coaster is, it's a coaster that goes back and forth multiple times. Well, it depends on what coaster it is, but not always multiple times. But you're about to see what this is. So you go in there. And then you're going on another one, which is actually I made a little bit taller for the sake being of I don't know. I just wanted to. I'm actually kind of glad that I showed you this one because if I just said, you know, I already showed you that, I would have missed the part that you to see. And if you can't hear me, that's okay. It's really loud there. Because like this coaster goes, you know, it doesn't go again. It just because of how fast it's going, it kind of go up. Stop right here. So then after that, because you already know those three, I'm not going to show you that one because this one is probably one of my most first roller coasters. It's not that good. I'm going to show you this one though. A very, very intense roller coaster right here. I'm about to go on it. Ready? I'm just gonna, skip through this because it's gonna take a while. But again, like, if you don't want to watch this video fully through, because it's gonna be like almost a complete hour, because of all the parts you're gonna be covering all the roller coasters, then that's totally okay. Just a 1 hour video. And, like I personally found 30 minutes to do. So these videos are probably gonna be like And it's not like you're gonna upload it to my phone because Candy Crush is not on phone yet. Unfortunately. If it was, then you already know I would probably already have it on my phone, but yeah, it's not. So we'll do this one first. And then, you know, just kind of skip through this. Okay, here we go. I mean, I didn't really need to skip through that because it was already going pretty fast on it. But it turns while it's going up while banking and down while banking, so I don't know what that's called. And that's the end of the roller coaster. If you want to see it go really slowly, I'm not gonna make it go slowly. I'm just gonna make it fly because I'm not about to wait like an hour for this thing to go. Also, if you want to just see a quick thing of it, no, it's not fast forwarded. I know if it's fast forwarded is you can see down here. If that's normal speed, like I can even prove it. Look, boom, boom, and then this is normal. It just goes really fast. Surprisingly, it doesn't even go that tall. I mean that high. This thing goes higher than it, and at its peak, it still goes slower. Okay, this is next and the last one for this park, and wow, I just loaded basically instantly. Now this is a single level, which is very like it's so steep you probably need to climb the ladder steps. Like because the ladder slant, yes, but just because the ladder slant doesn't mean yeah, that was all the coasters here. Actually, that looks really cool going down though. Okay, so AMG, I don't know, PJ Park is next, and then after that is Fast, and that's it. Wow, we went through that pretty quickly, to be honest. But then after that, I'm gonna make you guys get to see me make a roller coaster. Yay! Oh yeah, but PJ Park is gonna be very very long because PJ Park has every single type of. Oh yeah, literally you just start already seeing a coaster. So let's go to the beginning of the park. Oh, never mind, wrong park. I mean, no, not a wrong park, but like I'm still gonna show you it. It's just wrong park to say that it has all. I forgot which one it was. Maybe that was the was that the other? But this one is really cool. I mean, this one is different than the other one, so I'm still gonna show you this one, but I'm gonna show you this one first because it's closer to the station anyway. And it won't matter either way, so I'm just gonna kind of wait for the beginning. Should take a little bit quicker than usual. Yep, there we go.
Oh!
This is a big That's the end of it. You just go slowly through that. Also, if you made it this far in the video, props to you, because I'd probably be like almost bored out of my mind watching this probably. But it's okay. It's okay. Because I absolutely appreciate it. This video is talking about that was right there. There's actually one element, but it's two inversions in them. Which an inversion is like is an element that goes upside down, and an element is a part of a track. Any part of a track. It goes upside down a lot on this coaster. Slows down. Then after that, I think we have like one more to load. Which one was that? Oh, it's fast. Wait. I was going to show you another one, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me go back to the main menu. Okay. Because I could have sworn that I had that there was like two other parts I wanted to show you, which was fast, and then that other one, which is like my parks. Okay, let me see these. Oh, it's gone. No, that's really bad, because like, was this a million? No. It's because I really like, I had a park that was really good. If I find it, I am definitely loading that in. It wasn't, oh, was it? No, it had a racetrack and everything. I didn't download it. Man, I lost that one. No, that was a really good part. Like, it had a lot of different ones, but I think I forgot to save that part. Almost. Okay. Well then, I guess I can't find it. That's pretty sad. Because that was a really good one. It's okay, I guess. Oh yeah. Fast. Resume. So this one is called fast because there's two roller coasters that are really fast, and there's only two that I think I made. I remember making both. Okay, yeah, this is the one. This is okay. So that was a little spoiler of what's gonna happen, but yeah, this you may even wait. Depending on the words, where it was. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna skip through this because it's kind of really not exciting. Yeah, but this is one of my fastest coasters. You can see that other coaster over there. I'm pretty sure I opened that to the public. I did open that to the public. Oh, I accidentally pressed 0. Oh. Man, when is this gonna start? Okay, I was gonna say. This is quite literally a really fast coaster. It is up here. Instead of going on this other coaster, it is lifting. Stop and turn again. Going on further. Eminem mode. type of Zero G roll. Then you don't actually stop here because I didn't want to do that because I wanted to actually go on before you actually stop. So I did that instead. And yeah, and then you just wait here until the other one's done. So yeah, I'm not about to wait here all day though. This is how long it usually takes. This one, so there's only one coaster on this, so I don't have to worry about about me accidentally spoiling a part of it because there's no point. There's literally no way I could spoil it unless if I messed up something. But yeah, that was gonna take a while, so I'm just now. This is one of my tallest coasters I've made that goes up really high right here, and then slowly climbs up upside down. That was a side one. The side one. Do another side one. And then you start getting speed really quickly, so you think there's no way you're going to slow down in time, but nope. I put really good brakes right there. I know it's not launching you. If it did, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work, but yeah, it's not. It's just slowly pushing you along. And go down here, and that's it for that. And let's see, load a park. Well, wait, I don't think I am going to load a park, right? Am I? No, I'm not. Wait. I just want to look in this one just to see. No, I remember. I never went in that one until that, so. I already showed you. Oh, I remember that. Okay, so I'm going to exit to main menu, okay, because because I'm going to make a new roller coaster and show you guys. I mean, it's not like a tutorial. I am probably not the best person to show a tutorial. Now I'm gonna create a new one. It was really cool how they make noises. I didn't think about that. Okay, well, I'm trying to pick. I'll do tropical. I'm going to name it for the video. Well, I'm not going to put video. I'm just going to put vid. I'm actually going to try to make a good coaster, unlike my other times where I was just trying to make like the fastest or craziest coaster. I'm only going to make one coaster in this. What was this? Hold on. Okay, I'm not actually going to do that because like that's not mine. And I actually, in some of these are blueprints. When I find them, I could just go to my blueprints. You see some of these, like blueprints, like if you go to coasters, you can go not powered launch or other, and then you get single rail coaster I made. I'm not going to make that though, because I'm going to make my own custom roller coaster. No, I'm not going to make it a launch coaster. I I've made enough of those. How about I make it like just a regular coaster? This one is gonna go upside down now. So I'm just gonna place it right here, and then I'm actually gonna X out of it because I need to put the setting for it because it doesn't automatically do it sometimes. Well, most of the time anyway. Yeah, see? You gotta do this. So disable track limits, which will let you put, because this isn't usually able to go upside down. Which is why that Gigabots coaster I showed you wasn't able to go, you saw how it didn't go upside down. It's because, well, it can't. It couldn't. No matter what, it could not go upside down. Well, but that was before I knew you could, you know, put, ooh, how far down can you put this? I'm not putting it that far down. There'd literally be no point of doing that. See, I'm not about to do that, but usually I would be like doing some great, like a very, very, very insane thing like that. That's a normal drop right there. Like for a pretty I would say kind of medium coaster, like it's a little scary. That's the type of drop you would see. It goes beyond vertical, but it's not like 180 degrees for the drop anyway. It's different for the first drop than it is for like the rest of the coaster, because I mean, if you're trying to do a loop-de-loop, of course it's going to go 180 degrees, and that's the one entire point of the loop-de-loop. It goes upside down. But everybody just associates only 180 degrees with going upside down, which I don't understand, because there's other degrees that are upside down too, besides 180. And it's like 122 degrees goes upside down. And I'm like, don't always just say that 180 degrees is upside down, because it's not the only one that's upside down at all. Okay, that goes around that really quick. Oh, okay, that was not good. I like to test it to make sure, you know, it can actually make it over what I put in front of it. Like, if I tell, like, I'm gonna make a turn drop, and I know it's gonna make it over this hill because it is nowhere near as tall as the first drop. But like, imagine if I made it way higher, right? That could potentially not make it if I made it too high. That's what you have to think is really realistic. And it goes really fast around that, but it's okay because at least it's smooth. And we go to 40, so we can go there, and then I will actually I'm going to make it go upside down for the first time in the roller coaster. Like, it's going to go upside down multiple times, it's just the first time in the coaster is going to do it. Now, I'm going to make it do that, and like that. And when you do it like that, it's actually really good, I feel, because you're this way, and if you want to quickly turn it, but make it like really, like and you want to make the turn exciting than just a regular turn, well then you would go around here, and you just have to do like a barrel roll, and it still turns a little, so you can do your turn, whether it be on a full 90-degree turn like I did, or a small little turn. That would be completely up to you. That kind of goes around like on a pretty quick. Gotta go to that. which is, I want to make it the same, so let me just see how I did it. So 22, 44, 0, so then you want to do the exact opposite, 44, and 22, and then 0. See, it's equal, right there. And then I want to make, let's say I wanted to make a vertical loop, which I do want to, so then I would do 1, 2, then 1, then I would do 2 for each one, but with the way I'm doing it anyway. So okay, so it's 490 degrees, so 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, and then I'm going to turn angle snap off. Angle snap on. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, now it's 90 degrees now, so then we want to. Oh no, you still want to do 1, 2. No. Then now you would just want to do 1. No, turn off angle snap for that. Because I want to kind of do it like kind of more exact, like right there, and make it 0. That's a pretty good loop. It's not the best. It could be more better, but that's the best I can do that I know. It's pretty good. If you're asking me, for my standards, it's good anyway. And I'm gonna make a turn over here. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep making it go this way because I kind of want it to go over. I'm gonna go down 22, then go down further. I'm actually gonna make you know what, it's kind of hard to make, but I'll try my best to make a sea serpent roll. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, because you have to remember those numbers in your head. Oh, okay, 5, oh, I can't make it anymore. I can only make it. Oh, this is not going to turn out that good. Then, the middle of it. Okay, so far so good. 1, 3. No. Oh, okay, that's going to be that's going to be a problem. I'm just gonna make it right there, and then I'm going to not do that, but turn it to 0, and then I'm gonna need to turn it this way. So this is more of a butterfly roll than a sea serpent, but that's okay because sea serpent rolls, like a cobra roll is hard to make, and a sea serpent roll isn't easier either. yeah, this is definitely it's like if you took a half sea serpent roll right there and then made it into a butterfly roll. Right, it's okay though. I actually kind of like the way it turned out, and we'll write it for test, just to test it. Let us take a little while to get up here, but it's okay. We can change that actually a little bit later. So to make the channel go faster. Smooth it out to bring it up. This is bring it up. Smooth it out. It looks a lot more smooth when it's like running, but it doesn't. It's not that. Oh, you gotta get it in the hand right here. That's not really good. So maybe I shouldn't have this. I'm actually gonna backtrack very far. Yes, I'm doing all of this mainly because it's like it's very, very, very uncomfortable to look at. Like not the way it looks, not uncomfortable to look at, I would say. More it's uncomfortable to be on. Yeah, there we go. It's uncomfortable to be on. And you can definitely see how rough it is during the coaster. That I'm pretty sure won't be rough. And then we'll do something non-inverted and then get into the inverted stuff, because doing something inverted when it's going really quickly is not easy. It's much more harder than it seems. Does it make it up there? No, we're gonna have to stop testing and start it again because this thing doesn't, it won't make it back. No, definitely not. No, okay. How about we make a helix upright? No, actually no, an overbank turn is better. I know I said that it can't really like go upside down. I mean, technically it can a little, but not like, not full upside down. So I need to make it a little bit shorter, like probably like that big, and then probably like oh sorry, and probably like make a big turn over there, and then you want to make I want to make it like a quick transition. So you want, and then I'm going to make it right there. I really hope it doesn't go by there like really slow, because it kind of needs to go faster, or else it won't make sense on the roller coaster. I mean, it's okay if it goes like kind of slow here. I'm talking about like the turns. I hope they're not too close. I understand like that one isn't. I'm talking about that one. There's only one way to tell, and I'm pretty sure it is, so I'm just gonna do that one by one instead. Because it goes pretty quick, but yeah, it goes pretty quick on that, so I'm just gonna make this to 0, and then this and I really hope this is a way better roller coaster, because it's kind of it's really not easy making it seems kind of easy, to be honest. It would have been easier if I probably had it like, I mean, okay, I wouldn't say that, but it's hard to explain why it's kind of hard to make a okay, I know exactly the reason why it's kind of hard for me to make a coaster and a coaster. It's because I'm used to, I played this realistic roller coaster game called No Limits 2. It's a totally different roller coaster game than this, like way different. It's a lot more like real life roller coaster developers make this, like use it. I mean, they don't make it. Like they actually have people that make real roller coasters use that to make plans for real roller coasters, and it's really cool because it's like I go from this realistic because I played Theme Park Tycoon 2, so it wasn't like I was just totally clueless, because Theme Park Tycoon 2 is pretty much like this, which is, if you don't know what Theme Park Tycoon 2 is, it's a game on Roblox, which I like to play a lot. I mean, if you watch my channel, then you already know that I have I think it's like 1 or 2 videos on it already. I'll actually be making another video later, probably not today, probably tomorrow, because this video in itself is a lot of work. So, you know, this is a pretty good little piece of software, and it may be just, you know, a little bit slow in the beginning, but hopefully it's not too slow. I don't think it will be too slow. I gotta make it. Is that dent the ground any time? Because I don't really want to dent the ground if I have to, you know, like, actually no, it's okay if it dents the ground a little, like not too much. Oh, never mind, it dented the ground very badly. You know, then it's okay. I just won't erase that part. And it's also okay because I just need to bank that one that way, and then go. But yeah, sorry if I got kind of silent for a second. It's just, you know, sometimes I do get in like the zone a little when I make these coasters like this, because this takes a lot of work to make a naturally like really smooth coaster like this. Because this is pretty smooth. This is way smoother than most of my other coasters. Probably because I'm trying to make it really smooth. And then I'll smooth it even more, meaning that it's going to be probably an extremely good coaster. Yeah, that is like, I don't know, maybe I should just leave it like, I mean, that's kind of pile driving it to the ground. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just do that little drop though. I don't think it would anyway. I really hope that nobody hits their head on that. I think somebody would hit their head on that. I'm pretty sure they would, but I will see. Hopefully not. Because like, although this game doesn't do anything like with injuries or stuff like that, if it did, then, and if it hit their head, that probably would have been bad. And I actually really like this coaster so far because it's really smooth. I know I keep saying that, but this is just really smooth, and I've never really made a coaster yet besides this that's been this smooth in the testing phase. Oh wow. That my game just lagged. Alright, hopefully this will be good. Okay, that's pretty cool. I do like that little dip up and then dip down. Yeah, but I'm about to end the coaster right here. This is pretty close, and actually, I think I need a friction brakes. Okay, what's the difference between friction brakes and trim brakes? Because the trim brakes you can basically go like anywhere, but it doesn't decelerate it as fast. It doesn't go really that smooth on that. I don't know that. Okay, maybe it won't make it go upside down this then. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna make it go upside down. Probably because I just don't want to, but it's okay. And this is a really insane coaster. Okay, how about no? And I make it go up a little bit more, like right there. Right there, and then boom, right there. Trim brakes. Acceleration to 1T. Then I could probably just, after that one, probably I could hopefully make it all the way back there. I know sometimes you can't make it fully, so I'm gonna make that fully right there. Acceleration. Okay, where's the coaster? There's around there. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'm gonna stop the test for now, and I'm going to get a lot of this stuff in. Like, I want to get all of that and smooth it all out. Okay, so now this should be extremely smooth. Because I don't think I need to smooth this any more than it already has been. So I want to smooth, and it is kind of hard to smooth it out with the whip. Oh wait, what am I doing? All I gotta do is literally that to press on it. So I've been doing it a really hard way all this time for no reason. Just press on this. And this. Okay, Okay, this whole entire part I'm actually going to do right now. You see it kind of turns, and then it's a nice small little dip. I do like this very much. And this, the whole entire thing. Making a little turn, then all one more time. It is a very tedious process, but it's worth it to take a lot of time into a coaster if it's going to turn out amazing. Okay, now these turns, which I think will turn out great. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for those. I'm just gonna smooth that out one more time because I don't want it to get bigger and then it's kind of like it can't make it anymore. Bring down a little. This is going to be one of the smoothest roller coasters I've ever made. And that's the end, because I don't really need to smooth the actual, chain lift. That wouldn't make sense. But I do want to make it. The only thing I have to do with this, which is I want to make this like a little bit faster, like 15. Okay, now, with all that done, let's see the test. We can kind of see this down here. Okay, so it's going a little bit faster. We're actually going to write it for this. This is the first time we're actually writing it since it was This is silky smooth. I can already tell. It's way smoother than last time. Just barely makes it. But it makes it, and then I really like this roller coaster so far, and if it makes it through around the whole entire course without anything bad happening, then that's amazing. Okay, nothing bad happened. Please make it over there. I don't know if it's gonna make it though. Maybe. It's so close. It's so close. I made it. Yes. Okay, when it actually fully stops, we'll see the test results. Oh, green. If it's all green, then that's very good. That means this coaster is not too intense. I mean, it has good excitement, a good amount of fear, and a good amount of nausea. It only has one upside down part, which it's either right there or technically right here goes upside down a little, but not much. So it's probably right there. And yeah, I'm going to go through the checklist, which is placing an entrance and all that. Now I want this to be kind of like a blue, like this. Yes, very good. I know there's going to be a lot of people going to this because it's one coaster. So you want to make the queue a decent amount of length. Kind of like that. And I also want this to be a lovely blue, which I'll make there. Because that one kind of fits better with the theme anyway. Then you may have to walk a little bit far. Okay, what's the fastest way? Go all the way around here or just go there? It is this way, already know. So you go under the coaster. And then, you know, you kind of navigate through it because some parts you can't go under because they're too low. You can go through there and then we're almost there, I'm pretty sure. And then, yeah, it's kind of far, but here's the thing. On the way there, you can't just put that. There's nothing here also, so we want to open this up. Now, you may not be able to see it, but I'm going to name it. What should I name it? I'm going to call it Blue Force. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to have different things like shops and facilities. Although it's only one roller coaster, you still have to have a staff management building, which keeps your staff. You know, if people get hungry, they can have. You want them to eat, so. You want them to have a place to eat, a place to drink also. And then you also want a place for gift shops. I don't really like have a theme because I kind of just do. I kind of just put the places that they need to stay in there. And if you go to scenery, about right here, pretty sure. Yep. You will see places. You can get places for them to sit down if they need to sit down. And I really like that too, because, and oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually, how about I make this a different, oh, now it's a little bit higher for some reason. So I can't change the color. It's kind of bad. Station grid? Oh. You can do that? So, you can build on the station. I don't know. I don't think I really could actually build something, you know, good. Like, see, look, it's going through. Oh wait, the entrance is over here. What am I doing? Can I make it that way? Okay, so. You know, you go through a little building. I mean, that's like the only thing I'm really going to do, though. You know, and I like watching my stuff in Planet Coaster going really smooth because this is, like, again, I keep saying it, one of my most smoothest coasters, and to be honest, this may be my favorite, my most favorite coaster that I've made. But I know other, like, because this is probably one of my more realistic ones because it's more of a longer layout than, you know, just going in an oval. Instead of going in a very, 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 very small oval. It's different. And I like that. Well, I see some people coming over here. So, I actually want to see people's reaction because you can see people's reaction is just like this is triple speed, and you see what I mean, why they walk so slow. Yeah, but the video is going to end soon. So, like, after I watch these people go on this road trip, but like, that's gonna be it, end of it. And yeah, if you made it this far without, you know, skipping ahead to the end, then good job. That means that you have actually no. You know what? Thank you for sticking with this video for about an hour and 30 minutes. So thank you. I appreciate that. And look at all these guests. I'll actually run it a few more times so you guys can get like every single view of it. I'll do cinematic this time. Cinematic views are always really good. Cinematic, okay. It is cinematic, I guess. Oh, you can see the test results on that? Okay, that's pretty cool. But there's no point of me starting a test when it's already open. Let me just skip ahead to make sure, you know, it starts. And but there's a lot of people that get on. You know what? Hold on. I'll change it later. Actually, you know, skip a little bit ahead. It's a really and it goes up. And boom. Nice overventure. And then you want to know what up there is? Up. Okay, but like, he goes, I really like this. Okay, so then I'm going to show it in what it is track view, and then I'm going to end the video because this video is pretty long. It's already 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is a very long time for my video. Like even by my standards of my videos, that's an extremely long time. So. That means that I was really into the game and I was able to show you a lot of the like this is the only video I'm posting today because it's just making a 1 hour and 30 minute video is a lot of time, and although I don't really edit my videos, it still is a nightmare to upload them. So hope you guys enjoyed. You know, leave a comment and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.